Welcome and welcome to the present. Yes, we are back and we are live. Let's make sure the audio is all functioning well. Yep. The audio sounds great. How are we doing today? I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday. I hope you guys had a great day at your respective jobs. How are we doing today? Are you feeling great? Yeah, unfortunately, no Premier League games for us. We are still top of the tree. Still enjoying the fact that Arsenal is still top of the summit. I'm enjoying it. I saw a few FA Cup matches at the weekend. Man U escaping Liverpool being poor. We saw Coventry beating Wolves to make it to semi-final. We saw Chelsea, the Blue Bozos, overcoming Leicester City. That gives you, they were close to to draw or losing that game, but they found a way around it. So those were the games at the weekend. Arsenal did not play. Arsenal are resting. We have to wait till the next 2 weeks after the international break to start playing games. But there are still bits of news surrounding Arsenal. So we're going to go into that. So if you're watching this on the playback, you were not able to catch the live, do me this favor, strike a like on the video. Very, very important. Subscribe. If you're yet to subscribe and you enjoy content, consider subscribing. And do not forget to turn on your notification bell. Very, very important. So where I'm going to start from? Let's start from the news that broke this morning. Yes, I've done a video regarding that. You can watch that on the pre-recorded video I did. Check out the library. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Especially like the video of the pre-recorded. Let's talk about Big GABI. The news broke this morning that he has pulled out of the Brazilian national team for the friendly against England and Spain, respectively. And when that news broke, a lot of people were raising their nose that is this actually real injury or is Gabriel, Arteta, and Edu up to something? That was the first that came to my mind, and fairly a lot of people were sharing similar sentiments of what is going on here. Is GABI and Arsenal trying to play fast? So we know last week, I think Kevin De Bruyne pulled out of the Belgium national team with what's considered a minor injury. So I was like, because the Brazilian FA that actually released the news didn't tell us the nature of the injury. So some people were scared, hoping that it's not a major injury, while others were raising their nose and raising their suspicion that what is going on here. Luckily, news started filtering out, and according to Samuel McBell, regarding this, he said Gabriel Magalhaes' withdrawal from Brazil squad is not due to serious injury. More precaution. For me, that's good news. That is good news. Problem described as genuine, meaning this is not just feigning injury, as it actually has a genuine problem, but not too bad. Magalhaes has been carrying a foot issue, but no confirmation of specific issue linked to his withdrawal. So, according to Sam McBell, kind of tier one, very, very reputable in disclosing news and tidbits, says that yes, Gabriel is carrying an injury, not something serious, which I'm happy about. And it's just fair and sensible that Edu can speak with the Brazilian FA and say there's no need for Gabriel going to play this, in my opinion, needless friendly matches that could aggravate those injuries. Because we're in a title race and we need our best players. Gabriel is a staple in that defense. We need him fit to negotiate the remaining 10 games. And to go on and get him to go play two needless... Now, English fans might not like this. Spanish fans might not like it, but let's be fair. Those friendlies for right now are just needless friendlies. There is no need for us to risk our player to go and get injured playing a friendly, because there's no jeopardy around that friendly. It's not that it's a World Cup qualifier. It's not a World Cup qualifier. It's not an American qualifier. So why should we risk a main staple in our defense to go get injured or aggravate the so-called minor injury? So it's just a sensible thing. I'm happy that both the FA, the Brazilian FA, and Edu could actually reach a sensible, logical conclusion. There's no need to risk a player to go and get injured over what I call the needless friendly. And a defender has been called in for replacement of Gabriel. I'm happy about that. Whether it is a serious injury or not, we need to protect our own. It's very important. Let's not forget, I think the last international break that Saliba took pulled out of the French national team because of a minor foot injury. So no matter how much especially the Liverpool fans, the Manchester City fans thinking Arsenal are being cynical about this or Gabriel is feigning injury, I don't necessarily think so. Now, we might not know the extent of or the seriousness of this injury, but regardless, we are not going to risk our staple defender over some I'm going to say it again, an insignificant friendly match. So I'm happy common sense has prevailed. Edu has discussed it with the FA, and the FA have seen that let's apply common sense. Aside from Gabriel Magalhaes, aside from Gabriel Magalhaes, Gabriel Martinelli too will be staying back at London Calling to heal. We know he sustained that foot cord. That's so-called. How is it a minor injury or a major injury? He had his foot cord when we played against Sheffield United. He hasn't played since then. He missed out in the Porto game. We know he has to recover. So gave all the three Gabis from Gabriel Magalhaes to Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Jesus all will be staying back and missing the friendly against Spain and England respectively to stay back and London Calling to continue their rehabilitation and stay fit. So I'm happy common sense has prevailed. I'm happy you are keeping our player, and I'm happy Mikel Arteta and Edu are being very, very smart. There is no need to risk these players for a needless friendly. One more time, it sounds like I'm repeating myself like a drunkard. I'm not doing so. I'm just trying to return the point that there is a friendly match. It's a needless friendly match, in my opinion, in March, when we have 10 more games to go in the Premier League for us to win the Premier League. I'm not sure you're going to win it for guarantee, but come on, there's a huge chance we win the Premier League. So there's no need to risk our players playing mindless friendly around Europe and South America. So let's move to the other piece of news. Ben White. The news broke last week when Ben White decided to sign an extension, a new improved extension in terms of financial terms and staying with us now for a longer term, which I'm happy. Ben White has been a main. So let me change the slide. Ben White has been a main staple in our defense, especially at the right back. He was brought in as a center defender, but he has been playing right back since Saliba came back from his loan, and he has been very, very significant for us. So, according to reports, let's read this piece of news regarding the contract he signed, how he negotiated his contract signing. At the outset of the contract talks with Arsenal, Ben White representatives commissioned a report from data-driven sports consultancy Analytics FC. In the in-depth document, highlighted how Ben White has excelled as a fullback and centre back, as well as identifying some of his strongest attributes. Analytics FC found Ben White's data profile made him a good fit for the playing style of some of Europe's biggest teams, among AC Milan, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, compared to fullbacks across Europe's 5 biggest leagues. Ben White is in the top 10% of progressive short passes and passing accuracy, which is fantastic. Now, I understand he needed some improved terms. He wanted to sign a new contract at Arsenal, and he has to negotiate using data, which is kind of strange. Yes, but I'm not surprised if you want to go meticulous and you think you need to get a deserving contract and you needed to put up a strong argument for why you should have a better terms in terms of financially and in terms of duration of your contract. So Ben did what he had to do. I'm surprised. I've never seen this before. This is the first time I'm hearing of players using data to negotiate their contract. Maybe maybe other players will actually take into this method of trying to use data to negotiate their contract, which is not a bad thing. For me, it's not a bad thing for players to actually try and drive a bargain for what they think they deserve. For me, Ben White has been magnificent as a player, and availability for me is the strongest attribute you can have as a player. No matter how good you are, if you're not available, you are kind of useless. And Ben White has shown that in terms of availability, he has always been there. Now, we remember there's news I filtered out a while ago about him playing with injuries so he can be available for the team. I do not subscribe to that. I think that would be very dangerous. We know he played with an hamstring injury. I think last year when we had too many major injuries to our team, that shows the commitment he has towards the club and towards the team. It shows he loves Arsenal. He wants to do everything. That's why I don't take people who are trying to throw him under the bus regarding the fast and the impasse he has with Southgate regarding the English national team. That's a different issue. Let's stay steadfast on the topic of him using data to negotiate his contract. I like that. I think he knows his stuff. He and his rep decided to use data so that Arsenal can know where they are negotiating from, not just emotion and how they feel. So let's see how whether this will be the new trend for players trying to use data to negotiate their contract. It sounds very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. Let's see whether other players will emulate this new method of players using data and analytics rather to negotiate their contract and see how clubs will like. Maybe some clubs will not like it because I'm looking at it. There has to be some context in negotiating this contract with data because goals and assists alone doesn't make you a super player because those can be very subjective. And you don't want players playing for data. It's going to take away the originality. It's going to take away some ingenuity of the game. You don't want players playing for data. At the same time, players think they need to back up their claims with certain data. So it's a dicey one for me, negotiating contract with data. I understand and I see the logic there. But on the flip side, you don't want players. No, human beings are very are very interesting beings, right? If players decide to start playing with data in mind, it takes away the originality of the team. It takes away the genuine team effort of the game. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this, guys. Let me know in the comment section. What do you feel about using data to negotiate contract? Do you see it as a positive thing? Do you see it indifferently? Do you see it as something innovative? Not all innovations are great because the human element is always there. Human beings will be human beings, right? Once they see a loophole in something that's supposed to be good, they could exploit it. So as much as I see the positives of this using data to negotiate your contract, I can still see the negative side of it because I don't want players in mass playing with the intention of racking up data points. I want players to play with the team and play genuinely for the team and try to win for the team, not just playing because certain data will favor them. So as much as it looks good on paper, I don't know how great it will be in mass when people begin to actually use this as a reference point. Let's see how it progresses. I'm sure the clubs too will monitor the issue and try to make sure there's a balance between data and being just fair to players in terms of negotiating their contract and what players actually deserve based on their influence and impact on the team. Let's see how it progresses. So let's discuss Partey. Thomas Partey has been omitted from the Ghana national team. And I'm kind of indifferent about this. Partey has only played 3 games for us this season due to injury suffered. And when he was about to get back, he suffered on that relapse, unfortunately. Now, I am not totally happy about him being omitted for the Ghana national team because I think Partey needs game time. Now, I don't know whether they are behind closed door friendlies planned by Arsenal for these players to get minutes. Because even though Partey has been back for almost three weeks now, he has been getting skeleton minutes because of the title challenge we have. Even though Partey is a fundamental player we need in our team, at the same time, you can't just throw him into these matches because he needs to actually get match fit. You can see a match rusty. He's not a match fit. He needs to get match fit and get the match rhythm. And all our matches, that we are playing right now, are full of jeopardy. You cannot afford just throwing players into these matches cold. We know Partey is a quality player, but he has been injured for a long time. Long time and needs rhythm and match fitness and match sharpness back. So you can't throw him into these games, and we need games for him to get sharp. I'll have preferred him to go to Ghana and get at least competitive minutes. This is the only time I'll have preferred Partey to go to Ghana and get some competitive minutes into his legs and get back. But unfortunately, he decided to stay back to get his fitness. No matter how you train, right? No matter how you doing training, is never the same with competitive minutes. That's just the fact. Training is great, but competitive minutes is on another level that gets you sharpness, that gets you more of the intensity that you need to get your rhythm back into the team. So I'll have loved Partey to go to Ghana and play a few games, 1 or 2 games, get a few minutes to his legs, get his leg warmed up and come back to Arsenal. But he has had to stay back to continue his rehab with Arsenal. And let's see whether maybe they miss some behind closed door games that might be organized by Arsenal to get likes of Partey, likes of Tomiyasu some minutes, and likes of Timber who is just recovering from the ACL. So these players need me. Even Fabio Vieira, Partey, Timber, Tomiyasu, even Smith Rowe, these players need minutes. In the remaining 10 games and in the Champions League fixture, hopefully we can negotiate Bayern and progress. We need these players to have match sharpness. And how do they get it? By playing games. And right now, how do they dislodge like of Jorginho who are still in the team, Rice, or the gap? Because these guys are match sharp and fit. Now, Partey for me should be in the starting 11, but at the moment he's not match sharp, he's not match fit. You can't afford to throw him in cold right now. So somehow we have to just find friendly matches for these players. It is very imperative we get friendly matches for likes of Partey, Tomiyasu, Smith Rowe, and Timber to get them match ready because we'll be needing them in subsequent matches coming forward. So let's see whether Arsenal will organize that. Arsenal likes to keep things hush hush. We might not hear of anything, but I'm very sure they must have a plan to get these players to play a bit of friendly matches behind closed doors to get some minutes into their legs as soon as possible. So the youngster we sent on loan, Biereth, yeah, he has been on fire. He has been on fire. I like the player. I've seen a few of his goals. Even though he's a youngster, I'm not sure he will make it at Arsenal, but I like the technique he has. I like his running power. I like his movement. Like I will take this guy over Nketiah. 8 goals in 11 games, even though you can say it's an inferior league. But if you watch him, his running style, his playing, his ability to hold on the ball, the audacity he has in his shooting technique. I've seen his shooting technique. His shooting technique is elite. I'm not saying guarantee he's going to be an elite player. Don't misquote me. I'm not saying so. But watching him a few times, not a full game. I'm not going to be honest. I've not watched his full games. I've watched some excellent highlights, and I like his shooting technique. I like his positioning and his running style and running power. For me, he's a player that I would take personally over Nketiah. I watched Nketiah, and I'm not impressed. But with Biereth, even though he's a youngster, he shows me something to look forward to. Unlike Nketiah, that is just for me a basic striker, basic English running striker. If you take away Nketiah's pace, I don't think he will make it in football. That's not my opinion. This is not me bashing Nketiah, but Biereth, I've seen him. His technique is kind of better than Nketiah's technique. Even though he's a youngster, his shooting range, his shooting power, his movement, and his knowledge, even at a young age, about the game, what he's showing on the pitch, is kind of very impressive to me. Now, that doesn't mean he will come and get a place at Arsenal because the competition at Arsenal is kind of very high. Even like Nketiah can't get into the team, Smith Rowe can't get into the team, let alone Biereth. Even though I don't think he will make it at Arsenal, I won't mind giving me a bit of a trial next during the preseason and let's see what he can do. I'm not saying he should be our starting striker. Don't quote me wrong. I'm just saying give the boy a chance. It looks kind of decent, in my opinion. It looks kind of decent, and I like the way he sees the game. So, guys, those are the major news regarding Arsenal that I'm bringing to you today. Big GABI's injury update. It's nothing serious. So, Ben White using data to negotiate his contract. Are you for that? Do you think that will be the new trend for players negotiating contracts and Arsenal and other clubs? Let me know in the comment section. Partey Omission from Ghana. Do you think is fantastic news for me? I understand it, but I would have preferred him to go to Ghana to go and get some minutes. Now, I'm not saying you can't get some minutes behind closed door games at Arsenal, but I prefer him to go and play for his national team and get some minutes and get back. And Biereth is showing some signs of quality, even though I highly doubt him making it at Arsenal. So, guys, on the playback, if you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to strike the like button, very, very important, and consider subscribing. If you get to subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Very, very, very important. So, guys, I'll be leaving it there for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night and bye for now.